Well, Bionic Dance and others have done a response to this video asking what would convince us atheists, that a God exists. What could they show us? And Bionic Dance did an okay video, but I have to take her nerd license away because she kind of failed on this question. And she sort of went the right way and then sort of didn't. Because, to be intellectually honest, there is nothing any theist could show me to prove that God exists. I don't even think there's anything God himself, if he existed, could do to prove he was God. And part of this is technology. The old, I think it was Arthur C. Clarke, I may be wrong. There goes my license if I'm wrong. Um, you know, has the old saying, any sufficiently advanced technology, thousands or millions of years more advanced than ours, would look like magic. But here's the thing. The reverse is true. Magic, in a world of reason, would look like technology millions or billions of years more advanced than our own. So how can we ever be sure that anything a god did to prove himself wasn't faked or staged? Star Trek, which I know Bionic Dance isn't a big fan of, could fake anything God could do. Heck, Star Trek, using the holodeck and other things, could fake anything Q could do. It couldn't actually do that. But from the point of view of an observer, he could. If you were transported into a room looking exactly like ours, tie up the guy and make him so he can't do anything, put him in the holodeck, but we're all in a holodeck, you could still make things happen. I mean, we don't know what limits, if there is any, that technology has. So how can you really say that, there isn't, necessarily some being out there that could fake everything? It's the problem of Q that I brought up before. So is there really anything that a god or a theist could do to prove a god exists? I think the only thing that could ever prove anything God exists is possibly the God. I don't even know if he could. But, having all the power and knowledge he has, he might be able to think of a way. It's sort of like what Matt on Izzy's Experience said. I don't think there's anything that God could do to prove himself to me. But God knows what would it take and what could convince me if there is something. And that's kind of really the statement, truth. So I don't know. Comment below. Give me your thoughts on this. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you think there's some way that you can conceive of that could show a God that couldn't be faked by sufficiently advanced technology? So let me know. Comment below. Personally, I think the closest thing I came up with was grant infinite knowledge for a few seconds, just long enough. Give me my brain the capacity to understand everything and then experience it. Even if it's only for a brief second, that's the kind of thing I don't even think technology can necessarily do. So that might be at least something that would sort of show, that's about the closest thing I can think of.